Welcome to KSR's preview of Kentucky basketball's trip to the Bahamas, where on Wednesday, the Cats will play their first of 4 preseason exhibition games against international competition. And before we get started, a big thank you to our friends at Condados Tacos for sponsoring KSR's Bahamas coverage and for helping Jack Pilgrim get to Baja Mar so he can report back from the scene. I am Drew Franklin, and I am not there, but if you give me 1 minute, I think I can fix that. Let's just see. Yep, here we go. Now I'm there. And we have Jack checking in from his hotel room. Jack, you've only been there a couple hours, but you made it through customs in time for open practice. Tell me about your day so far.
Well, I got off the plane. We got through customs and immigration. We called a cab. We pulled into the open practice. I literally rolled in there with my suitcase, courtside watching practice with my suitcase in hand. We made it. It wasn't pretty. I'm still wearing the same clothes that I was wearing at 7:30 this morning when I got on my flight. So it's been a very long day, but we are here. We are officially in basketball mode. We just watched an open practice, and it was John Calipari's full, in-depth, normal practice. He told fans to shut up at the beginning of it. I'm talking. I'm doing my basketball talk. You just enjoy this opportunity, and let's have a good time. So it's all basketball here from here on out for the next 6 days.
Well, so our viewers know, behind the scenes, KSR was a little worried about you getting there on time when they announced the open practice. I mean, you had your flight booked for a while, couldn't change that. But it was shortly after your flight lands. And, of course, you're not in America. You got to get that passport out and get in line. So we weren't sure you would get there. Was there any concern at all throughout the day? It looked like your flights were going well at first.
I was very concerned, and thank goodness they had a little bit too much fun out on the boat. They were out on the ocean and did their little catamaran stuff and had a good time out there. And they had a little too much fun, took too much time to get back to the hotel. So it pushed back the open practice. It was originally scheduled for 2 o'clock, pushed it back to 2:30-ish, 2:45-ish. And that's right when we rolled in. So we got there from the beginning all the way through the end. And it was a full 2-hour practice. And then we got exclusive interviews there afterward with CJ Frederick and Kason Wallace, a couple others that we got to talk to afterward. It was a great opening event to start this beautiful, beautiful Bahamas trip.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about that practice. Just so people know, not a big media turnout. In fact, not many people there at all. I think it's you, Kyle Tucker from The Athletic, and then we have Keith from BBN Tonight. But basically, you're our eyes on the scene for Big Blue Nation. Tell us about that practice and who really shined.
Well, I thought it was really interesting. Cal went all in on defense today. It was a lot of defense-focused drills, kind of, how to come off screens, how to, dribble handoff things, and really just kind of driving that point home. There really wasn't a lot of offensive-focused things today, which I thought that was pretty interesting with fans always wanting the latest, greatest defense, all the defensive intensity, all that stuff. We got to see that in full force today. I thought fans would definitely appreciate hearing that. One kind of behind-the-scenes note, John Calipari basically just raved about how long this team is and said that you're kind of able to kind of cheat, like almost like a little cheat code almost with how long they are, where they don't have to get up in the opponent's grills too much, and the on-ball defense doesn't have to be as aggressive because they can overcompensate with that length. So he basically said that this is another one of those extremely long Kentucky basketball teams that we've come to love. You could definitely tell that he loved the defensive side. Of shooting drills at the end of practice, the 5-minute, make as many three-pointers as you can make. And let me tell you, CJ Frederick was absolutely cooking the nets. He was officially listed at 63 makes, 5 minutes from deep, which if you ask Coach O, who was actually the other official counter, he counted 57. CJ counted 63 himself. So depending on who you believe, I asked CJ again what he thought. He said it was definitely 63. So we're going to go with CJ's official count. But he was absolutely torching the nets. Jacob Toppin was torching the nets. And keep a close eye on Oscar Sheboy. He made, I believe, off the top of my head, 56 from the top of the key. It was about 16, 17 foot right past the free throw line. So it wasn't three-point attempts, but he was knocking them down from basically the long perimeter. So a lot of makes there today in this open practice.
Yeah, as everyone can see here, as we're showing these kind of raw video from Jack there. So be sure to follow this YouTube channel as we do that all week, and follow Jack on Twitter at Jack Pilgrim KSR. I know CJ's a shooter, and you said he shot well, but tell me not to get too excited about Jacob Toppin just shooting uncontested three-pointers from the corner, because that was a lot of fun to watch.
I'm here to tell you right now, Jacob Toppin, he was making shots, and that's something that we've been waiting to see. Can he be that stretch four that this team was missing last year? Like, yeah, Keon Brooks did a lot of good last year, but he was never a threat from three, and that was something that I think this team desperately needed. And Jacob Toppin is kind of proving that part as that kind of catch and shoot guy, and he definitely showed that in this open practice. So definitely keep a close eye on that. If he can knock down threes at a consistent rate, I don't see a whole lot of flaws on this team.
Tell your roommate, Dr. Mike, we don't need a Urban Meyer situation with him walking in shirtless back there. But I know Dr. Mike's down there is also going to share lots of photos from the scene. We'll be checking in a lot with him this week. Excited to have both of you down there. We've struggled as a company to find out anything about these teams Kentucky's playing. I think I have a Carleton roster, but have you learned anything about the opponents since getting on the ground?
Actually, the opponent just posted a photo of themselves here at Baha Mar at the court. So we now have some semblance of a roster, just at least by picture. I don't know who any of these players are. I don't know what they do, but this is the Dominican Republic select team. So that they're going to be here. That's the team that Kentucky's playing. I couldn't tell you the name just off a face. So we'll find out here shortly who Kentucky is playing exactly. But no, you know as much as I do as of right now. And I think the team doesn't even know who they're scouting at this point. They're just kind of going in, assuming, hoping for the best. But yeah, your guess is as good as mine, Drew.
Well, I mean, you just showed me more than anything I've known about them, and it was a blurry photo as your Wi-Fi was bouncing around. But at least we have breaking news that the team arrived and that they have human beings that wear uniforms. Carleton is one of the only teams we can really find something about, and we thought they might be good, but they've lost some games already this year, some preseason games. Are we expecting 4-0? Are you going to give them one loss?
I will say, talking to some of the players after practice, Cal was driving a point home that these are grown men. These are long, physical, strong, grown man strength type players. So whether you think that you can outskill them or outshoot them or whatever, they're still going to get up in your face and they're going to try to out physical you as much as possible. So that's definitely a point they're trying to drive home. So be on the lookout for that. They're kind of they don't know anything about any of these teams. I think CJ just said that some of these teams added some new older veterans to kind of try to compensate for the lack of, I guess, young talent that they just didn't have on their rosters going into this. So some late additions to these rosters that we didn't even have a roster to begin with. So I don't even know what they're adding to, but apparently they've added some new veteran pieces to I guess, counter Kentucky's young up-and-coming 5-star NBA level talent. So again, your guess is as good as mine. Kentucky thinks things are going to go well. I appreciate they're not counting before the match. They're going in with a humble mindset, but still very confident that they're going to be able to get the job done here at Baha Mar.
Well, Jack, I know you just checked in, and the last thing you want to be doing on your first day in the Bahamas is talking to me on the internet back here in Kentucky. So I'll let you go, but everyone be sure to keep following this channel because we're going to be doing this every day, checking in with Jack a lot. He's going to do a Sources Say podcast on here. Again, follow Jack on Twitter. I know you only had a few hours around the building, if even that. Just real quick, what's Baha Mar look like? What are we looking forward to this week outside of the basketball?
Absolutely massive. There's a west wing, east wing. It feels like Beauty and the Beast. I have no idea where any of this stuff is. We had to check where the check-in counter was, and they were like, "Oh no, that's the other check-in counter. That's the other Grand Hyatt West Wing. You got to go to the other side of the casino." There's just a whole lot of back and forth. This place is absolutely massive. Stunning though. It has a beautiful fountain. It looks like the Bellagio. It just feels like a scene out of Las Vegas, but you're down here in paradise. Really, really cool place. Haven't even gotten a chance to go look at the water park. It closes relatively early, so I don't think I'll be able to check in with that today. A lot of NIL opportunities. The team went out on the boat today for their kind of just team-focused thing, but be on the lookout for some NIL-specific things later on this week, specifically on Friday, about what this team is doing. They're going to do some cool community service things and then a couple other cool NIL opportunities that they're trying to maximize. Again, Oscar Sheboy being kind of the main guy. He's not able to make money in the States as a working NIL student athlete because of his F1 student visa status. So he in the Bahamas is basically capitalizing on as much as he can. And that's going to be basically an all-in effort for the rest of the week. And Friday is big NIL day. So keep a lookout on that. KSR will be on the scene for all of those opportunities to get as much video and photo coverage as we need.
We're going to have lots of fun checking in with you. I'm going to keep pretending I'm at the scene. I might even go over to Condado's Tacos over in Summit Fritz Farm and just drink margs and pretend I'm on the beach. You all can do that too. We love Condado's Tacos. They're the reason Jack is down there. They helped us get him and Dr. Mike to Baja Mar. So be sure to check them out. We want to thank them again. Jack, you and Dr. Mike go have some fun tonight. Like Oscar, I know it's a business trip for you all, but I'm sure you can work in a little fun too. And we'll check back in with you tomorrow.